the world #1 eater and arguably America's most decorated athlete.
With 63 Nathan's Famous hot dogs and buns.
The top dog of hot dogs.
6-time champion, his sodium intake is unlike any other in the history of man.
The champion of now and of always, of north and of south, Joey Chestnut!
Today I'm here with Joey Chestnut. So Mr. Chestnut, you're originally from California. Where in California?
I grew up in Vallejo, California, in the Bay Area, and then I went away to moved to San Jose for college and stayed there for 20 years, and I moved here last year.
What was it like living in California?
It's like anywhere. It is what you make of it.
Nothing special.
The weather's a little bit different from here. There's a lot more people. We're talking a lot more people, and it's just little differences. Mm-hmm. I think here it's a little bit quieter. You get to talk to people a little bit more.
More of a community.
More community. People give more time to each other. Mm-hmm. It's people aren't so caught up in their own stuff that they have no time for anybody else.
Yeah. So I want to know what you were like when you were my age, a student in high school.
Oh my God. I don't even want to think back about it. I was super shy. Mm-hmm. I was a band nerd. I was first chair trumpet, and I was into science and math. But I would not be doing this as a kid. What you were doing. Oh my God, being able to talk to strangers. You're awesome. I wouldn't have been able to do it. But I was good. Yeah, good with math and science, and I was looking to get out of high school and go to college, so I couldn't wait to get out of high school.
So what brought you to Westfield? It's
weird. So like 10 years ago, just about that, I did my first shrimp cocktail eating contest in Indianapolis, and I kind of liked the city. Made some friends, and every year I'd come back, and I'd find more reasons to come back to Indianapolis, and explored more areas around Zionsville and Fishers and Westfield, and I really fell like kind of in love with the area. This whole Hamilton County is with the roundabouts, and it's
no traffic lights.
It's all right. People here just don't understand how clean it is. It's it's amazing compared to other places, and I just love it.
That's awesome. So now I kind of want to get into your competitive eating career. So you have over 40 world records in competitive eating. I was like looking through the list. It's insane. Do you ever get tired of people thinking you only eat hot dogs?
No. It's hot dogs is the biggest contest of the year.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. It's the one I put the most work into. Every contest you have to prepare the body some, but hot dogs I'll start thinking about. I'll do my first hot dog practice in the end of April, and
wow.
It's more than 2 months before the contest. So it's So I put a lot of thought into that contest. All the other contests, I'll probably like maybe a week and a half of work into. I'll do one practice, maybe 2 practices, and get my body used to that food. But hot dogs I have to really prepare. And I'm trying. There's so many people watching. Everybody wants a new world record every year.
Yeah.
And I just try to deliver.
What competition win would you say you're most proud of?
Oh gosh.
I know there's a lot, so you're.
I think the biggest one was 2007 when I beat Kobayashi for the first time, and it was weird because when I got into competitive eating, I was 21, and at that time in my life, it was like when you're a kid and you say you want to do something, you say, oh, everybody will tell you, oh, if you work hard, you can do it. And when I told people I was going to beat Kobayashi, they're like, no, nobody can beat him. Don't even try.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest feeling. And I was like, no, I think I can beat him. And when I finally beat him, it was the first time I ever did something that people said I couldn't do.
Uh-huh.
It's like even my mom thought I couldn't beat him. And so that was a really awesome victory. And it just showed me like, all right, I can do this, and I don't have to listen to other people.
Yeah. Was it in that moment that you kind of discovered that was a career for you?
I knew as soon as I did the first contest in like 2005 that it was like, oh my, I was made for this. It's like these other guys don't have a chance, and women, because there are great women eaters, but I was like, I'm gonna blow them out of the water, and it was like I don't know, it was just a great feeling to know. When I won in 2007, it was like, I was right, and I still I don't know, I worked for a construction company in project management. I finished my degree in civil engineering. I still had a normal job when I won. I didn't give up. But I eventually, the competitive eating did take over. It made it my jobby job.
What would you say is the hardest, the day before the competition or the day after?
Oh, the day after. Well, it's weird. Sometimes, because I'm always like a big contest, I'm doing a cleanse beforehand, drinking liquids and making sure I'm absolutely empty before the contest. And 4th of July it's a big contest, so I have to do extra media. I'm just exhausted. Yeah. I'm like, I get a little bit angry, hangry, grumpy, hungry. After the contest, the day after the contest, I'm just still lethargic and bloated, and but I'm happy as heck. Yeah. I'm so happy, and it's like, a big weight's off my shoulders, but it's in my belly. Yeah. But both have their pluses and minuses. Yeah,
I bet. What does your doctor think of this career? Do they think you're absolutely out of your mind?
No. I have a really good doctor. I had to get a new doctor when I moved here.
Oh yeah.
So it took me a little bit of time to find him, but I really like him. He runs my numbers, and he does my blood work. I think this year he did it 4 times because he didn't like it. One time I was like, man, I just did this hard-boiled egg thing where I ate 50 hard-boiled eggs. He's like, well, your cholesterol is a little bit high. Let's do it again. And literally 3 weeks later, it was back down to normal.
There you go.
And so. Yeah, he's a good doctor, and he looks at the numbers, and he knows that he's not going to get in the way of what I love. Yeah.
What would you say is one of the coolest experiences you've had through this career? Like, have you been to a really amazing place or had a really amazing experience?
Oh my gosh, the whole thing's been so ridiculous. My perspective is I was on the Amazing Race, that TV show.
Oh wow.
And then, got to go Morocco and Rome, and eventually got eliminated. But after we got eliminated, they wanted to keep us in a hotel room, and I was like, we were in San Francisco, so I escaped from the hotel room and then went to a bar that I knew in San Francisco, and the producers were looking for me. They're all mad, and then when I was in that bar, I ended up meeting she's now my fiance. So
congratulations.
Yeah, and so I mean, the whole thing was because I was through the eating, but and then so I mean, meeting her through it is probably been the best.
Yeah. Well, do you have any tips for someone who wants to start getting into competitive eating?
Oh my God, it's not just the eating. You have to really pay attention to a lot of things going on in your body. It's the preparation. I know before the contest, my body's ready. It's not, and I know I can't eat like that every day.
You can't just jump into it.
You can't eat 5,000, 6,000 calories every day. I have to go into it absolutely empty. I have to make sure that my body's slowly getting used to digesting more and more food. So when I was younger, I could do a practice every 4 days. And now when I'm older, it's like once a week. Roughly. Yeah. And sometimes even longer if I haven't gotten back down to my target weight. So it's or my normal weight. So it's I think a lot of it's just figuring out your body and there's keeping track of things. Keeping a food journal for me. I kept track of everything I was eating, how much I was eating.
Oh wow!
And then how I was feeling. And sometimes when I wasn't feeling good, it didn't necessarily mean I couldn't do well during practice. And so it's you learn that feelings aren't necessarily how you're feeling isn't the biggest predictor in how you can do. So you can get over feelings and push yourself.
Yeah. So when we told our class that you were coming, there was a very common question that people were wanting us to ask you.
All right.
So you unfortunately lost to Badlands Chug in a
Really?
chugging competition.
You win. I've beat him so many times.
Do you think you could beat him in a rematch?
Yeah. As long as it's not doing anything weird. Like he does like salsa and
Oh,
weird.
gosh.
When did I lose?
That's what the people were saying.
No, I don't think I lost. And I beat him so many times, and he's the nicest guy.
Really?
Badlands is a sweetheart, but he's a sweetheart.
How different or how similar is competitive chugging and competitive eating? Is it like the same training process, or is it completely different?
Every food's a little bit different, and,
Yeah.
and chugging is there are people who are better at chugging. They can relax their throat, and then there's people who if you get the timing right, you can open up you create a vacuum and almost suck the liquid down where it's like where it vanishes, and that's a little bit harder. And not every time does it work. Sometimes you like accidentally cough, but chugging it takes some practice.
Mm-hmm. So you have your own condiment brand. What got you into wanting to start that?
I have some friends, and I love condiments, especially mustard. Mustard is like no calories and tons of flavor, and and it's great because I get to meet people who like to talk about food and they like food, and it's been real fun.
If someone has never tried your condiments before, which one would you suggest?
I think the firecracker mustard is
Really?
Oh yeah, it's an awesome mustard. It has some horseradish in there, so it doesn't kick. And then also the coney sauce, which is like a ketchup, except it has a little bit of, I guess, Worcestershire sauce. It has this meat flavor in it, and it's not quite as sweet as ketchup. But it's I think those two things they go well on pretty much anything.
Yeah, well, before we wrap this up, is there anything else that you want people to know about you? Like, when you're not doing these competitive eating competitions, what do you do in your free time? Any hobbies?
Oh my gosh. Me and my fiance, we have a pretty awesome garden.
Oh, wow.
Lots of tomatoes. We had so many good tomatoes. We love the weather here. This summer it had some amazing tomatoes and vegetables. What else do I like? We have a garden. We're looking to adopt a dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we'll see. And we'll.
Do you guys have any pets right now?
Yeah, we had 2 dogs. We just lost one.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
know, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But we're gonna adopt another one, and
That's awesome.
I don't know. We like to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still places I haven't been to, and I'm looking forward to.
Food's the best way to bond, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And you learn about the area. Like when I moved here, I'd never heard of a pork tenderloin sandwich.
Really?
They don't have them anywhere else.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And so I've learned about the area and the food that people eat, and also what is it? Wedge salads. They don't serve those hardly
Really?
anywhere else. They're
That's
so popular here.
fascinating. So do you think you're going to stick around Westfield for a while?
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, we love having you here. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you.
today. I
Nice meeting
appreciate
you.
it.